Sex workers took to the streets of several Canadian cities today as part of a national campaign to bring the world's oldest profession out of the shadows. The country's prostitution laws go under the microscope at the Supreme Court next week. It's a case those attending this afternoon's rallies hope will produce greater legitimacy for their industry. Arthi Pole has the story.
The people here are determined to see the Canadian government decriminalize prostitution.
No bad horse, only bad laws.
Leading the crusade, Terry Jean Bedford, a dominatrix whose case goes before the Supreme Court next Thursday. Bedford says this is not about crime, but the safety of sex workers. And for her, it's been a long fight.
It takes 100 years to make a law and 100 years to change it. This is a war of attrition.
The case has been churning through courts since 2009. Sex workers argue Canadian laws regarding prostitution violate the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Prostitution is legal in Canada, but most activities related to sex work are banned. Last year, an Ontario Court of Appeal upheld laws against profiting from prostitution by those who exploit sex workers and the soliciting of sex on the street. But it struck down the section that forbids brothels. The federal government is challenging that decision in the Supreme Court, but Bedford says brothels should be legal.
Indoor prostitution is much safer. Have a safe place to screen your clients like any other legal profession, and be able to call the police officer if she's in trouble.
People at this rally say they know that public opinion on prostitution is split. While many Canadians are uncomfortable with the practice, for sex workers, it's an issue of life and death.
It creates a situation where sex workers may be afraid to report violence that happens to them because they may face potential legal charges for doing the work that they do.
But critics say permitting brothels or bawdy houses, for example, will do more harm than good.
It attracts organized crime, it attracts the drug trade. If you have an area which is safe from investigation by our police forces, all the organized crime activities move in.
That's one argument that will be made next week, but Bedford and her supporters hope theirs is the one that will be stronger. Arthi Pole, CBC News, Toronto.
There's been a decline in the number of prostitution-related charges nationwide in recent years. 2,400 recorded in 2011, the most recent year for which data is available. That's down from nearly 6,000 cases in 2005. And while police report 78 sex workers were killed between 2000 and 2010, experts say the number is probably higher.